Hey guys, all right, so we're gonna do a twin flame reading. I'm gonna go by the signs and I'm just gonna go in order. I'm gonna do as many as I can. So I'll try and timestamp it as I go. And this is for entertainment purposes. Obviously, I channel the titles, so I was very back and forth on the twin flame title, but I figure we're all adults, so you're able to understand yourself how that label applies. For me, I just at this point think of a twin flame as like another highly evolved soul that is an option for a romance, a romantic match. Some of you might think of it as something different, so I'll just leave it open to you, okay? All right, here we go. So, Aries, 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 Aries. Oh, yeah, and then collective also. So, the collective message coming through, I feel like I need some music. Hold on, let me get some music. I feel like the collective message that was coming through is that the mirror is getting clearer, as in the divine feminine and the divine masculine are beginning to see each other a little bit clearer. Especially the divine masculines, I felt like they're starting to understand the divine feminines. Or maybe I can say, yeah, like what divine feminines have been dealing with within society. But also the divine feminines, I feel like, are also starting. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes out in the reading. But anyway, let me get some music here. I don't usually do readings for the divine masculine because I'm a divine feminine. So, I can. If a message comes through, I'll give it, but I just wanted you guys to be aware. But let's see, because I can do messages for men and women. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out. I know there's been a lot of men watching the channel, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh my God. You know what? Maybe that's why these divine masculines are watching the channel, though, right? Because the mask is coming off and they're starting to really understand what's going on. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you guys. Okay, so we have their magic is weak. Oh, what in the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. All right. So Aries. Oh, ow, ow. What did I just insult the divine masculines right away? No. Okay. So this is. I know I didn't insult Aries. What in the fuck is going on? Their magic is weak. This is for not for you, Aries. I don't know who you were dealing with, but obviously a karmic or like a jealous bitch or something happened because I'm getting their magic is weak, but I know that that cannot be for your twin or for you. All right? Right. So we have done this before. Oh, again, I want to get the music. Hold on. I know that this is like a different time, but I have to I'm really gonna have to switch my times around. So I'm gonna have to get a new crew, I guess, at this time, or who knows what's gonna happen. But let's do it. Okay, where's the songs? All right, I just felt like I needed something. This is not very relaxing though. Let's see. Aries, right? I'm also like at this one, clairsentience, the ability to physically or emotionally feel the energy. All right.
Yeah.
I just want something with like no lyrics. All right, guys. So this is Aries. I'm just trying to find some music, and it's like maybe okay, Aries. Maybe you're making music, or you're listening to music, or you're just trying to find like the right vibe, and you feel like you can't find the right vibe right now with you and your twin, your divine counterpart, however you want to say it. Because it's like as soon as I opened Aries reading, I want music, but I can't figure out what kind of music I want. And I want music without lyrics. It's like, oh my god, I just what is this? Christmas? Like, oh, that sounded like a Thomas Kincaid commercial or something. I don't know. A candle commercial. Um I don't know what I'm saying, except for I think that is a commercial with Thomas Kincaid on the Glade candles. Okay. Where are we doing this one? All right, here we go. We're not listening to music. Whatever. Holy shit! I cheated on you. Oh my god. I think you guys are trying to find the right one, Aries. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Whether you're male or female, I feel like you were trying to find the right one. And then that shit was not working. Look, we have done this before. You guys are probably cheaters. Sorry, but what can I say? Like, what is going on? Hold on. Before I talk too much, hold on. Okay, either that or the person that you're dealing with is very jealous, okay? And they just keep thinking that you're cheating on them. Or is it you? No, it's not you. Okay, so Aries. Is it I don't know. I'm so sorry. I have no idea with this one if this is the masculine or the feminine Aries. All I know is for real somebody is very like overly sensitive to jealousy. So it's like, we've done this before. I cheated on you. Maybe you did cheat on them, and that's why they're acting like this. But it's like really difficult now to have a good bond because there's this jealousy. Maybe you're not cheating anymore, but it's like too late because it's like, I'm sorry to say that. It sounds sad, but it's like, even if it's like years later, like it's rare that it's going to work out when somebody cheats. You know what I mean? Especially if this person has jealousy issues. For some of you, maybe you didn't cheat, but their ex cheated or something, and they just, I don't know, you're triggering something in them that never would have been there if the ex hadn't cheated. Maybe that's why you're hesitating to move on, but you're starting to see with the mirror getting clearer. In this instance, it's not your fault. You're just worried that if you take on like a spiritual connection, a spiritual journey with them, that you're not going to maybe be able to alchemize this energy. I feel like that's what I feel like is happening here. So we have lifting the veil. Or it could be that the divine masculine isn't strong enough. I'm going to be honest. Aries, I feel like the divine masculine isn't strong enough to alchemize this for the divine feminine. If the divine feminine was cheated on before and there's jealousy issues, it could be that the divine masculine needs to like strengthen within themselves so that the divine feminine can feel safe and confident and comfortable in this connection, right? So that's what you guys are working on here right now. We have lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Because in essence, these connections are like the highest of the highest spiritual kind of connections, right? So the people who are drawn to these connections do want to have a higher spiritual connection with someone and do want to like put in the work to be able to do that, right? And so yeah, so for you Aries, this is what's going on though. The mirror is becoming clearer, and I almost feel like the mirror isn't a mirror, it's like a window, and you're looking at the other person and you're like, this isn't my mirror. You know, what the fuck, they're crazy or something. But then it's like they're not crazy, it's because you need to strengthen yourself, divine masculine, because the divine feminine shouldn't be so jealous, right? If you're her twin, you should be able to strengthen yourself so that she is not. And then as jealous, right? Even if you're not her twin, any man, that's my opinion, but all right. So anyway, definitely if you're her twin though. Okay. like if you're choosing that experience, you wouldn't, like, you're gonna let her down, like, and let us all down basically in the collective if you bite off more than you can chew here in this connection. But Holy Spirit wouldn't put the two of you together if you weren't able to handle it. So obviously now you got to start working on it so that it's more of a reflection here that you, like, you are not as jealous, right? That's what's coming through, is that the other person is the one that's jealous. So you're going to have to work on ways to soothe the divine feminine so she feels safe and healed with you, instead of maybe like yelling at her that she's crazy or saying you can't deal with this or whatever. Okay, even if you weren't the one who cheated on her, this is still the advice here for this situation, especially because it feels like she's very sensitive. Like with the sentience, sensitive is such a hot fucking button word. I can't believe it came out of my goddamn mouth. And maybe you guys are using that word, and I would try not to, whoever it is, because it could, you know, for those who have like the clairs and empaths, and you know, those who are very emotional as well, like emotional, like as in care, give a fuck, you know, it can be a hot button topic to say sensitive, right? Whereas if you aren't like that, you're really going to have no idea what I'm talking about. So I just say be aware also not of the language that you're using and how it might come off to the divine feminine here, okay, in this connection, or the divine masculine. It could be either one, right? Clairsentience, the ability to physically or emotionally feel the energy. So the energy could be off. They can be feeling into your energy. It is possible, if you haven't cheated, it is possible if it was their ex or something, they can feel into the energy and feel it wrong, because you are meant to strengthen your ability. So in essence, I want you guys to understand this. This wouldn't be something the divine feminine has done wrong. So divine feminines, listen, if you're around a man and you're feeling like super jealous, but he hasn't actually displayed any reasons why, or when you review it later, right, and you're like, okay, I can see where that shit went a little sideways there. It is more than likely a spiritual situation where the masculine is being prompted to grow. They're being prompted to actually mature their own feminine side, to nurture their own feminine self, right? And therefore be able to nurture yourself. And sometimes what it is that, like with the twin flames, right? Everybody's different, but like with the twin flames, sometimes it's easier for a person to see it in someone else when they feel so drawn to that person, right? And then it is obviously a reflection. So if you feel neglected, if you're dating an Aries, guys, or you're with an Aries and you feel neglected in the connection, or yeah, it's basically what's going on, and this is your story, then it's certainly because, you know, lifting the veil on the situation, this man, if you really look at it, this man probably does not have any love for his divine feminine self, love for his ability to receive, right? Because there are people who are very confused, I feel like, in the energy, where they think that the woman is supposed to only be the divine feminine and the man should only be the masculine, but then that leaves half a person for each of you, and that's where the problem is lying, I feel like, here, for someone, okay? But overall, though, that's not the message. Overall, the message is, if this is the case, then the divine masculine does need to work on strengthening their ability to care for and be kind and encouraging to the divine feminine energy, right? And therefore themselves. And it'll clear right up, actually, is what it will clear, like, right up. If you haven't actually cheated on them, yeah, it'll clear right up. Well, to the degree that you've neglected your own feminine energy, of course, but that's the key. You can't fake it, though. Some of you faking it till you make it, and that's all right, I guess. But all right, here we go. So next we're gonna do Taurus. That was kind of easy. I didn't even have to get cards or anything. That came through pretty smooth. Okay, so twin flame collective Taurus. Taurus, what's going on? And this time I'm actually gonna go for like the masculine and feminine energy. So you could be a class watcher, you could be a Taurus yourself. Let's see what's going on here in this divine connection. And I don't necessarily remember her name, but we have the Queen of Spades for the divine, for both of them. You guys are definitely mirroring each other. The Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Spades. Where'd the masculine go? You're both. Where'd the masculine go, Taurus? So you're both in your feminine energy. Ay. Okay. What are we gonna do here? I don't know how this is gonna work out for you. There's probably a lot of not doing anything. There's probably no money in this connection. Like, what's happening? Okay, Taurus, hold on. So, cause it's like one of you is taking the opportunity maybe to learn or study about how to do some things. Oh, you offended a deity who protects someone, and they have destroyed your divine connection. They threw a wrench in it anyways, because I'm like, what's going on here? There's two, I mean, obviously you can be a man and the other one can be a woman, you know, whatever. It could be two women, but this is not like, this is literally like, it doesn't matter your gender. This isn't saying there's two women in the connection. There can be, but that's not what this is saying. This is saying both twins are in their feminine energy, which is really going to throw this entire thing off, because that's really just not how it works usually at all. And it's probably not working at all, right? Which is why we had to pull this card here, which says you offended a deity. It may have been an Egyptian deity or goddess, because I sure did feel called to get Nefertiti's energy out here. We have done this before. Oh my God. Whose did you offend? Who did you offend? Ooh, and you cheated on, this could be somebody's ex. Spirit's saying, no, it's not. Did one of you cheat on the other one, or what's going on here, Taurus? Let me see. Did one cheat on, yes, one of you, the one who was more, I can't even figure out which one's the masculine one. One of you cheated. And the one who cheated might have said that the other one cheated, even though the other one didn't cheat. And you're both wanting, you're both using this as an excuse. I feel like the actual divine feminine is over here trying to figure out now how to be a masculine, because her masculine is really like playing a victim. And women, just because you're a divine feminine doesn't mean you're the victim, but it's like, it's okay. Obviously, that's weird that I would even need to say that. So there's a lot of over-explaining in this connection. And I think this one is over-explaining to that one, and then that one doesn't give a shit, and then they're over-explaining their side, which doesn't make sense. And that's what I'm getting here. So you offended a deity. So is this a deity inside of this connection? We have be willing to forgive. So it's really like the masculine energy is not budging, okay? They're acting like a kid, but unfortunately it's coming out as the feminine energy. The thing is, usually there's one feminine and one masculine, and you guys can switch between the two, but you're usually at least opposite in that energy. That way, because one of you is usually stronger in one and the other one's weaker in the other. Like, does that make sense, guys? I think it does. Okay, so we have Angel of Strength, but sometimes it happens when you get together, you'd like, I see what's happening. You are literally mirroring each other. So instead of the masculine working on whatever happened, he decided to mirror the divine feminine. Because he's like, it's too scary for me to work on strengthening my masculine energy and stop cheating. Stop lying. Stop, see, Angel of Strength. Be willing to forgive. So he's like in denial. And so he started mirroring the divine feminine, who is actually his mirror. So he just like jumped over, I guess we'll say, into his divine feminine energy. And now his divine feminine is doing the divine masculine work, and he's mirroring her. And that's quite rude, actually. That's now we have one twin who's doing all of the work, and that's really sad and really kind of lazy now, I feel like, of the masculine, now that I look at it from this point of view. So we have Angel of Strength. So this could be a case where, like, because we have offended a deity here, I feel like that could be a sign. There could be a deity. I'm going to pull a goddess card, but I feel like it could also be a sign that this is no longer going to be a twin flame connection, whether it started as one or not, and it may have started as one. This person, this masculine energy, obviously has chosen to make his twin do all the work for the feminine and the masculine, and he's just going to follow. And so he's just like kind of vamping basically on her energy now. Ooh, and that song, wait, Shorty, I'm gonna tell you once you're the illest. I can't remember, what is the name of that song? Shorty, I'm gonna only tell you this once you're the illest. So, there are a lot of people who will love to be with the divine feminine in this connection. So, Taurus, if you're the divine feminine, you definitely, especially if they cheated on you, like, you definitely gotta release. You gotta release because take it as it resonates. Obviously, it's collective, but they're just gonna keep making you do all the work. Like, it definitely depends on like how long it's been going on, but it shouldn't be like that. And with the strength card and be willing to forgive, that's also, and the offense of a deity, it really makes me feel like they've offended the goddess. Obviously, the goddess is taking great offense to their behavior right now, like clearly, right? But it's going to be up to you to strengthen yourself to figure out how to handle this situation, to either get this person back in line or to find someone who will really like to work with you. We have Gaia. Gaia existed before everything. She existed before time. Gaia, the external prehistoric earth mother goddess, is fertility incarnate, moist, mysterious, and strong. So he has offended the earth. Oh, hail. This divine masculine is not very strong because obviously not. He probably has a big ego. Obviously, he has an ego. Okay, she is life energy itself. Everything that lives, breathing or not, overflows with her life. She is the earth. And all of the powers of the earth. Gaia is not always a consoling goddess, standing for life and generations without thought. Okay. Hold on. She is a reminder that we must ground ourselves in the reality of nature and incorporate all sides of ourselves, be they pleasant or unpleasant, light or dark. See, the reality of nature and incorporate all sides of ourselves, be they pleasant or unpleasant. And that's what's happening. He is failing to incorporate because he's just mimicking you. He's making you do it, and then he's following you. And so then we don't even know if he's going to be learning anything that he acts like, because if you build him up in his masculine energy and then you go into the feminine energy, he might just act like you again and act like the feminine again. And like, you see what I'm saying? So this is never going to be a proper relationship. This is going to be you because this person hasn't done the work. They're not acting like your twin. They have the gift to be in the twin flame connection. That's why he's able to mirror you. But he's gone off the rails. He has offended the earth. He has offended the goddess. And I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, right now it's like he's taking the easy route, which is even more insulting because he's wasting your time now. Yeah, angel of white light. So I definitely feel like prayers, prayers to the goddess, offerings to the earth. Maybe he will come around. Let me get you one more card. We have the angel of white light, but you know what to do if he doesn't. Okay. See, they're just mimicking you. They are mimicking earth angel energy. So you're the earth angel and they're just mimicking you, Taurus. All right. Claircognizance, clear knowing, the ability to just know. So if it resonates, you guys, you know the truth. I don't know what's going on with them. They probably also understand that to some degree, I would think. But they're just being lazy in the energy. You know, these readings are helping me now. I'm understanding, like, man, my masculine energy is manipulative AF. And then I'm like thinking about myself because our masculine energies are reflections of us. It's not manipulative anymore, but it used to be. And so, like, seeing it now through like this lens of recognition that that was a mirror, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to talk about that. Like, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh my God. So maybe they really don't know. Maybe they somehow got lost because they have offended the goddess. They have offended Earth. So you can definitely, they have offended Gaia. So you can definitely talk with them and, you know, explain in the energy a little bit more. I feel like they already know, but somehow they're not getting it, okay? They're not really getting it. They're afraid, they're scared, and they're not really, they're checked in just enough to mimic you, but they're not really checked in. So this is a problem, yes. A problem of a very manipulative masculine. So, okay. All right, here we go. Gemini. Gemini, let's do this. So, how are you guys doing today? Yo, buddy. Yo, buddy. Okay, my cousin is cheating on me with my sister. I don't know what you're doing. What are you talking about? I can't, my mind cannot be wrapped around this one. Hi, Prince of Gil. Well, you put yourself in that one, friend, so I don't know what, well, yeah, okay. My dad and uncle are in trouble. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but like, you guys, what, are you just going around to everybody's lives and saying shit? Or like, because like, are you just taking the opportunity because you just watched my reading about this? Or like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Are you just trying to show us like how immature you guys can be? Like, is that okay? Thanks. We already knew. Bye. Okay. All right, so Gemini, here we go. Why am I'm so insulted right now. Like, I gotta, okay. Fuck. I feel like that just, I feel like that's, I'm gonna be honest. I hope we're not on Gemini yet, so hold on. Taurus, you're pulling in shitheads. You're pulling, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to completely change the energy, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you're pulling in immature masculine energies. That's what it feels like. Even from the comments I just had, okay? So, and that could stem from immaturity to like, that's funny, to like malicious intent. So you guys better be careful because I'm building a case. So, I should say keep coming. Keep coming on in, friend, and we're gonna find yourself in court with your divine counterpart. I don't, just kidding. Oh all right, Aries. Ooh, Aries. Why did I say Aries? Uh-oh. Oh, is somebody watching an Aries? Oh. Oh my God. That might have been a download for Aries. I literally, it came out of my mouth like in a weird way too. I was like, Aries. Like, that was like, we need to rebuke the devil in here. Like, what was that? Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Gemini. Let's cleanse the energy. And I feel sleepy. Gemini, you might need a rest or you are tired. It feels like a lower timeline. Something's going on here. You got the Joker. Joker's like wish fulfillment, but at the same time, it's a wild card. So it's like we never know. It's like chaos magic. We never know where it's coming from. And then like we never know, like it's a miracle, you know, energy, but it's like where'd the miracle come from? And especially with this card, it's like it could be from the labyrinth, it could be from the upside down, like we don't know. It's just chaos magic here at this point with your twin flame connection, and that's not good. Let's see, this is for one of you, and this is, oh, that's okay, and then this is for the other one. And again, I think I might need a different deck because it's okay. I feel like you both work with the Divine Mother. I feel like this energy of you both work with Hecate. There's definite witch vibes here for the Geminis, twin flames, Gemini twin flames, or Gemini cross watchers. All right, so we got 9 of puppy dog feet. They're dancing to the beat. And then we have the 7 of hearts. This is a confusion in the blessed love affair. And this energy feels like the two of you came together in complete chaos. The chaos of existence brought your asses to the heart line. It's a destiny. This is destined because I'm getting the palm. Like it was a destiny, but a miraculous destiny on your fated path has brought confusion to one of you. And I wonder which one it is, but look at her. I think somebody is upset about the way that they look. I don't think anyone is upset about the way their twin looks. I think that somebody's upset about the way that they look. The 7 of hearts, because she's happily married. Her husband, they're cuties, I think, right? But she also keeps a lot of shit and carries her around with her and stuff. So like, this one might be moving around a lot or something, and this one's like, I can't figure out. And then I'm like, are you guys switching in the energies a bunch or what's going on? Okay, because we have one of you is like single but dreaming of being in this beautiful love connection with this Prince Charming motherfucker, right? Who is obviously quite evil because he's Jareth, right? But like just edgy evil, not like full on like, you know, weirdo evil. Like we'll pretend he didn't steal the baby and all that stuff. Well, he didn't in this timeline, okay? But he is like a little bit evil, but like sexy evil. So this lady is dreaming. This is the divine feminine. The divine, I picked it out. The divine feminine is like dreaming of this sexy, dark romance, you know, storyline. But then the masculine in this energy is confused AF. And I think that the masculine is like, they think that they don't know what the fuck's going on. That's what's happening here. The masculine has no idea what's going on. They could move around a lot. They could be like in some sort of like high alert. Like they're always like, there could be danger at any moment. I might have to leave. I might have to move. I might have to. And so, because I'm getting the tiger, and I feel like the tiger's ready to like pounce any moment because we might have some ferocious event take place. So the masculine is like all focused over on something else. The masculine also might be like worrying about the way that they look or something like that. And then it's like, or that just could be me. That's not nice how I say this. Hag lady's ugly. They're all ugly, aren't they? But the fact that this one's a woman, and I said, oh, she's so ugly. But like, look at all the creatures in this deck, and I'm not like saying any of them are ugly. So it's like, maybe the masculine. Maybe that's why the mirror is getting clearer too. Maybe the masculine in this connection is becoming enlightened to the facts of society, you know, to the facts that, you know, the divine feminine has really had to go through so much when it comes to beauty being tied to, or the way we look being tied to our social standing, right? I know men are going to argue that they have something like that too, and I'm sure you guys do, but I don't think you have it as much because, you know, unless you're like in prison population or something and you're, I don't know. I just, cause I just had this vision of like a gay man with his like shirt up or something. like acting like a woman, that other than that, like if you're in regular society, right, the masculines haven't really had to deal with it to the extent that women have. Yes, like yes, they still have to deal with like stuff at school or when they were kiddos or whatever, you know. I hope you're all are very much adults now, but like there's still wounds sometimes from that stuff. Like if you weren't the cool kid or you didn't have the best clothes or whatever, some people just straight don't give a fuck also. Like everybody's attitude is different. So, um, and it depends where you grew up. But I really feel like the divine masculine in this connection, Gemini, is starting to really like see the divine feminine in a totally different way and see like they could have actually been thinking that the divine feminine always had it easier than the men. This could even be a divine masculine that kind of like envied not necessarily you, but like the divine feminine in general or the feminine in general. And now they're starting to kind of see and understand the truth. And even understanding the truth of this divine connection. Like well, I don't know if we're there yet, but well, because it's confusion, right? The seven is confusion, but it's just starting in general then to see the truth. I don't think you guys are together because I think you're fated to be together though, because this lady's dreaming. This divine feminine is dreaming of something magical. Maybe she's waiting for her Prince Charming to really kind of grow up a little bit more and realize and see who it is that he wants to, because that could be like someone who has a lot of options or choices. It's like obviously it's her, it's fucking fated, it's written in your destiny, right? But he doesn't know that, and we can't tell him that because he has to come to that conclusion on his own, right? And this poor lady, if she does know who he is, she might be fantasizing about him, but if she doesn't know who he is, then she's probably just all alone and like just daydreaming, you know? So let's see if there's anything else, something that can move this connection along or strengthen it. Is this resonating for anyone? Let me check the comments. I know it's not my usual time, but Taurus cross-watching made me laugh more than I'd like to admit. It says Prince of Gil or something, made me laugh more than I'd like to admit, and wanted to see what alchemizes with that Aries reading. Is that why I said Aries very oddly at the end? I thought that was weird. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out, Ian. What up, Buttercup? All right, so what else do we need to know? Ooh, he will eventually become David Bowie's character. I hope that's a good thing. I don't know. Let's see. Except for, you know, not the baby stealer one. Okay. I feel like the divine feminine's kind of been living in a fantasy here because she's waiting so fucking long on that motherfucker over there. And so hold on just a second. What we also have to remember is that we mirror each other, right? So even if the divine feminine's in this energy, right, that means her own masculine is awakening too, right? Like the masculine within her is awakening at the same time that this masculine energy is awakening, right? To some of these deeper societal truths. So the way that he's like laughing, like villainously is like, oh, are we turning into like, are we like, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I'm getting a song, yeah, Ramen and OJ. I can never go back to the old days. No way. Right? Oh, how's it go? I can never go back to the old ways. I can never go back to the old days. Didn't have any dollars. Whatever. Okay, so I think we're going dark over here. There's a possibility of it simply because of not wanting to endure abuse. Maybe there was a feminine that abused this masculine energy when he didn't have money or something. Possibly. I'm not sure if that's his mother. I don't know if that's a past feminine energy that he was married to or with. Let me just see if I can find the right chart here. Just a second. Oh my God. Five of Spades is discord, dishonor, hollow victory. Yeah, this is the route. This is the route both of these motherfuckers are on, Gemini. What is going on though? Why? Okay, I feel like they're on a they're on they're on track to becoming the villain. It's like overwhelming in the energy right now, I guess, with all the things going on with society. These two probably are empaths. So look, you guys can check out that song Ramen and OJ. It's victory, but it'll be a hollow victory in life because it could be like we're gonna bitch, we're gonna be real rich or something like this. But then it could feel like a hollow victory because is it a spiritual bypass? It sure feels like it, but we have the two of the two of puppy dog feet, which is planning and preparation. So the divine feminine is planning to come into connection with the divine masculine. So the divine feminine is very intuitive and knows like we are gonna connect, we are gonna meet. Like she's not just fantasizing for no reason. She's locked in on this fantasy or on this idea or opportunity for a good reason, right? Because there's something definitely going on here. However, apparently this isn't a topic that interests fucking anybody because there's like no one in here, which is, I think it's just the time. I'm not going to get upset about it. It's fine. Anyway, so from that, we have the Seven of Hearts. Tell me more about this. Just explain. Why is the chaos magic here too if this is so fated and destined and everything? We have Four of Hearts. Turning inwards, apathy. Turning inwards, apathy. Wheel. And I feel like this is both of them. I feel like this is both of them. Like, I feel like they both like were like, I feel real stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm actually a sensitive Sally and Sue or whatever, but I can't tell anybody about that. So let me just click together these two rocks here and light this little candle and pa-da! Magic! And what's a couple $1 billion without and all your wishes coming true without your divine counterpart? But because you are a creature of the divine, then you got to have an actual other divine counterpart, right? So the masculine is doing whatever he's supposed to do in terms of making money or about to make money or something. I think you guys are equal in the energy is what I'm getting. Like you're really ready to meet and come into a union here because the reason why, I don't know if there'll still be more work to be done, but the reason why I think so is because I think the masculine is also in this energy fantasizing about the divine feminine. And I think this divine feminine, this is what it feels like, is also over here coming to the realization. So that means that the masculine and feminine within both of these two people is, you guys are like very on point right now, like very much same timeline, like in the same energy, right? And you did some divine spell work, probably from a space of deep love for yourself, which in essence is a space of deep love for your partner as well, right? So I don't know what else is going to happen, but it feels like you guys are on track to meet, and it feels like it's a fated destiny, and it feels like you both sense it and you both know it very well. And we don't have to pick it all apart, but positive thinking really helps, okay? All right. I feel like I'm supposed to get another card, but then like I don't want to because I don't want to know your future anymore. Like, oh, that was a good reading, so I'm like, let's just leave it there, you know. But we have. I've talked to my family about you, so again, it feels like both of you may have talked to each other's families about each other if you know each other. We have Book of Shadows. Can be friends also. Thank you for the hearts, guys. We have Book of Shadows, which you can hardly see it there. So I think that there's a lot of like magical stuff going on behind the scenes, because you can hardly see it, right? There, you can see it there, but you really got to be in the shadows to see it. And so it's like you guys are very mystical. There can definitely be ties to ancient Egypt. And then this is for the masculine also. And again, I'm getting that song. I can never go back to the old days. No way. Okay. I'm about to cry because I almost had ramen for lunch. I'm like, oh fuck. I guess I was wrong. I guess I This isn't for me, but I am a Gemini though. But just the song made me like, oh, I need to get my shit together, guys. We have I cheated on you. I cheated on you. I think that's how the masculine feels though, because I'm like, I have a pretty good life. What am I talking about? But it's like, I think you're really in each other's energy, really strong. Oh my God, my keyboard started blinking. So yeah, but who cheated on who? What's going on? Why are you guys cheating on each other already? You didn't even meet yet. The fuck is going on here? You could have tried to force someone else to be your twin. How are you going to do that? All right, so let me see. We got 9 of diamonds. Independent, self-reliance. So you both could be very independent, a little too independent, but this is really the masculine energy is very independent. I don't know if there's such a thing as too independent. I'm really someone who likes to, talk about independence and then interdependence and connections. Something happened when this magicked itself. It's something you both did. It's a surprise, I guess. You might have a spirit baby around you because I heard it's a surprise. Like it was a spirit baby. So it's a surprise that you cheated on yourself. You cheat. Oh my God. That's kind of cute. Like if you guys were like, I'm going to be single forever. Fuck these men and women or whatever. And then you cheat on yourselves or something. Like you actually end up in a committed connection forever or something. Maybe that's what it feels like. Because we know Geminis are not like the most, monogamous of creatures here. But they could be, and they are very loyal when they find the right person, right? So we do have kind of a bad reputation that way. But I mean, it is also true. But it's like, well, once you find the right one, it's like, okay, that would be something different probably. It would be. Well, I feel like I haven't reassured the divine masculine at all. And hold on, I don't. It's not my job to do that. So anyway, hold on. I am not in your connection, am I? No. All right. I'm in my own connection. And the divine masculine. If the divine masculine is feeling insecure, we have Joker here, and their magic is weak. So if the divine masculine is feeling insecure, then it's probably not the right one. It's probably. Because now I can't even remember what I just said. So there you go. But you both have very strong magic. That's how you're going to know. Very strong, like, magic that works in different ways. No, it works in the same way. Are you the same fucking person? Let me go to the comments. I would actually think that you might be the same person, except for it is very distinctly two different people, though, too. This will be interesting once you guys really get together. This, like, for real. I think this could be, like, something that will last a lifetime. And it will be very interesting to see for you guys, Geminis or Gemini cross watchers. Yeah, I definitely feel ancient Egypt stuff. I feel like there's a lot of protection on your energy. it'll be really interesting to see like how do you do it like together, you know what I mean? Because this is a magically gifted couple, so that's why it would be like intriguing to me. Okay, maybe you are with them, maybe you already are with them, but for a lot of you I don't think you are. I just had a vision. I remembered this Gemini man that I know, and you know, he's married, so maybe you are already together, but then it's like I don't think that that's exactly this connection, but it could be something similar, but this feels way better than that because I don't think either one of them got like a shit ton of money. I don't know. They are a little evil though. I don't know. I don't know. Are you watching us? Well, I feel like I've just insulted your money if you were. So I have to be careful what I say, but it's like I don't mean to be rude, but I just am. So like, God damn it. Okay. Thank you, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Source, for my lovely life and filled with lessons about how to be polite. Okay, here we go. Four of hearts here. Um, Ian says, please keep going. Oh my God, see, I'm so rude. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Okay, here we go. We're gonna move on. Ian's like jealous because his ex is a Gemini. Like, what the fuck? What was that? What's your sign, Ian? Oh, you can tell there's a lot of maturity going on in whatever that was. Okay, so I think it's going to be what sign is next? I don't know if that was for Gemini or if that was somebody else or somebody watching or what that was. I'm definitely not apologizing. I think that's the masculine in that because I'm going to stop channeling that energy. Hold up. I told you there's a lot of power in that energy. Oh my gosh. Let's step out of that though. Okay, who is after Gemini in the zodiac? It is Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Highest timeline, guys. Ooh, Ian is a Leo. So Ian, hold on. Let me see when we're going to do Leo. We'll do Leo after Cancer then. Thank you. All right, so you can watch though for like your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Is somebody super frustrated? No. Okay. All right. All right. Hold on. Ooh, I'm feeling like depression. Immediately depression. Immediately. Okay, so what's going on with this connection, guys? Is this the right relationship for you to even be in? Let me see. I feel like for some of you, you already know like the connection that you're in right now might not be where it's at completely. Oh gosh. Death Priestess is here, but then it's like, no. So I think that for some of you, you have a twin that might be someone else, but I'm still going to do this reading here, but I just need to let you know. Death Priestess is kind of like saying, yeah, that might not be the one, right? I mean, unless you like Pazuzu, and then it could be. Let me see what this card says. Hold on. Unless you really are into like dark magic stuff, then maybe it is the one. Let me see. People are gossiping about your connection. They're gossiping about each of you, and even if you're not together right now, they gossip about like you got people chat about both of you. So it is a powerful message. It is saying there is an impending necessary transformation that will be very powerful. This message will help you to Shed old habits, but you must trust your inner knowing. Surrender to the natural cycle of death and rebirth. You must embrace your shadow. So if you're someone who feels like you're a shadow archetype, like if you resonate with the villain, but like the villain is the hero, or if you just resonate with like the anti-hero, or if you resonate with, unfortunately, the real villain, then this might be where you're at here. I think that could be the real villain. Oh my God, is it the real villain? It might be. Bitch, I think it might be the real villain. So maybe that's why you're being called on to like shell out of that. Like, I feel like it's like a locust and they take off their skin, Somebody is cowardly. Somebody is too scared to leave their villain shell. Lifting the veil. Uh-oh. Anything unaligned has to go. You're not meant to be a villain. Is this both people or is this just one of them or what's going on? We have a lot in common, but I can't see it. They can't see it because you're acting like a villain. Family of witches or a coven that is just family of witches or a coven. And then we have you will be tested in this energy, but you will not be confused. Protection is necessary, especially your mental health. It was solidified many years back. You are already in. This is some divine masculine who's already a part of like some dark coven or dark energy. And yeah, I just felt like she winked at me. So that was like very much like it. Oh, I hate that shit. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? This is not good. This is not like sexy dark. This is just like evil dark. The movie It, and it's like actually it's like a giant thought form that appears in like the form of a clown, and they're stealing the children in the town and all of that. And as it turns out, it's a true story about America. Okay, about humanity on a yeah. Anyway, so that's so horrible, but true. Okay. So this divine masculine like sold their soul a long time ago. So probably you need to move on from that shit. Divine feminine. Obviously, what am I saying? Probably. You definitely need to move on. It was like the wickedness of it has already been sold. Like this masculine already sold their soul. Or was, yes, to this wicked thought form, evil conglomerate, whatever this is, okay? Could have been Brahms. The ice. Oh my God. There's a lawsuit. Okay, allegedly. I'm sorry. Nobody sold their soul to Brahms. I don't know. I just tasted like ice cream for a second, though. So I don't know what that was about. Hope that wasn't a. Okay. All right. Allegedly is for entertainment purposes, and I didn't even mean that. I love Brahms. No one sold their soul to Brahms. Okay. Probably you guys have no idea what that is, though. Because it's very, like, niche. But in the. Okay, we're going to stop talking about it. We have a lot in common, but I can't see it yet. So the reason why the divine feminine can't see what she has in common is because the masculine is evil. And so the divine feminine is not evil. So she's like, surely we don't have anything in common, right? But apparently this masculine really wants her to be evil. It's like I'm not even allowed to get cards for your masculine because they're so evil that Holy Spirit's like, this ain't the one. You're holding on to someone. You're holding on to someone and you're not recognizing they're not coming back. Like they've solidified their soul and they're into whatever they're into. This isn't just someone who passed on. No, this is someone could be someone who's passed on for someone though, actually. And then you just need to move on and then disregard the dark messages. But other than that, or maybe, I mean, do as you like. Obviously, I'm not here to talk about the afterlife of your twin, okay? But that's even at that wouldn't have been your twin because that's not what. Why would you make your own life so tragic? My twin flame died. What are you doing? Okay, so don't make your own life so tragic, guys. You think Holy Spirit would fate you that life? Because you are God. You are the goddess. You are creating this. Let's get a little bit of pixie dust sprinkled on your head, not up your nose, lady or gentleman, whoever you are out there. Okay, but anyway, I still have some things to settle right now. So we have a lot in common, but I can't see it. So this divine feminine needs to move on from this dark energy. Period. 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 Okay. And then everything's going to be so much better. You're really beautiful and you deserve better than that drama. And so Spirit's saying, no, I can't pull any more cards for you. And I'm sorry, but you need to watch for your other sign, whatever that is, okay? Thank you guys for the hearts. Like, you can watch for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. In fact, I would highly suggest you guys watch for the Venus signs. And we're doing Leo next. My Venus is in Leo, so this will be interesting. And then Ian, if Ian's still hung around, Leo is Ian. Oh my God, Ethan. I said, what is going on? Oh, let me breathe. Hanzala, we're not doing personals. Same up, we're not doing personals. Get off your mother's phone. All right, it's fine. Miriam says, what is the next energy? We're not doing personals. Thank you, though, Miriam, for retracting that. But we are doing Leo. Ian left. Ian didn't have time for that shit. Ian, are you still here, though? Okay. Jaquisha says no personal readings. Hey, Jaquisha, thank you. I'll do a personal reading. Wait, I was thinking about you, actually, Jaquisha. I was like, I don't appreciate, I mean, I do appreciate you a lot. But I was like, I don't ask you. I forget to ask you that I want to ask you sometimes, like, do you want a card pull? Obviously, anyone who mods for me, I will do card pulls for you guys. I'll get Oracle or whatever. If you ever have a question, let me know. So, that's okay. Thank you, Miriam. So if you ever do want something, Jaquisha, or you want an Oracle, just let me know, okay? And if I don't see the message, just let me know again, like, you know. But anyway, okay, so right now, though, and thank you so much. And right now, oh, Ian is still here. Hi, Ian. You changed your photo. Okay, Miriam says, okay. Thank you, Miriam. Stick around. Maybe you'll get a message, okay? And thank you, Jaquisha. All right, here we go. So what are we doing? We're doing Leo. Masculine, feminine. Also, Hecate's energy is here. So we have the masculine. If loving you means getting dirty, bring on the grime. And then the feminine. Ooh, there's a little tower there. Uh-oh. And then we have, I'm shedding my negative beliefs. So the feminine is, oh, I almost said the dark feminine. It's supposed to be the divine feminine. So hold on. The dark divine feminine is, did we wipe away that other energy? Hold on. Yeah, I'm getting that song again. I can never go back to the old ways. No way. So I'm getting different lyrics, so. I can never go back to the old ways. No way. All right, so we have self-employed. You guys might both be self-employed. You might have big dreams. I felt like this one love kind of energy for a second, and like Nefertiti. I keep wanting to call her Nefertari, which is quite rude because that is Nefertiti. So you could one day go to ancient Egypt together if you haven't already. Maybe one of you has already been there. Both of you could have already been there. I don't know. But there's something about Cairo. The pyramids as well. Okay. All right, so we have lifting. How many times? This card has come out for like every pile, right? Lifting the veil. It's like the only other card that's coming out from the Starseed deck. Wow. So so I titled this correctly. We are lifting the veil here on these twin flame opportunities. Okay, so listen, lifting the veil, question everything, anything unaligned must go. So this is the feminine energy. No. The masculine is lifting the veil for the feminine energy right now. And this is for Leos, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, and whoever's watching and resonates. Okay, so you guys know what what it means. Oh, somebody could have resigned from a job too, because I almost said resignation, and that kind of felt correct. You could have been like, oh my God, you cannot miss this opportunity. You dreamt of this. And like, I keep trying to put it up there and it just, so yeah. What else is going on? You guys might start a business together. That's so cute. It could, I don't know if, well, are you married to each other? No, you're not married to each other right now. But I'm getting like a family business or something here from this. Okay. So, ooh, Ian. You've been to Egypt, Ian? Are you Egyptian? I am trying to get into alignment. So the divine feminine is trying, and the divine masculine is sorry, and that's usually how it goes. At least there. No, I'm just kidding. And then I'm getting, oh my God, I'm getting first your money and then your clothes, right? I don't know why, but my grandma used to say that. I'm trying to think now why she would say it. That's the way it goes. First your money and then your clothes. So maybe you're a gambler, divine masculines. What is this? I don't like that. If loving you means getting dirty, bring on the grime. I am sorry. So did you steal from somebody's clothes? No. What happened? Oh my God. Family. Is that no. Family. Oh, did you steal someone's family? Oh my God. Family again. What's this? Ooh. Listen. You resigned, Ian. Oh, well then listen, extra listen. Oh my God, you better get a new job soon because that's the way it goes. First your money and then your clothes. Oh my God. Hold on. There's something about the magic here. And we have family and family. So your your family definitely loves you so much. I'm getting Encanto, that energy again too. So that's like they make that magical wish as a family, and then everybody gets these spiritual gifts, like the ones that are born in the family. So there could have been, I don't know if you're Native American, but I'm not sure everybody's, I'm not a historian, right? Although I like history, I'm very interested in history and geography and all that stuff, but like divine magic, it's making me believe of oh, it's making me believe. The divine magic is making you believe. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Okay. Expect miracles. So what I'm getting is like someone in your family line, right? We're lifting the veil on this, could have gone through something quite tragic. It makes me think of like the experiences with Native Americans, but again, I'm not a historian. I don't know where you're from and all that stuff. But because it's making me think of that, it's making me, and also Encanto, there's something tragic that happened in your family line, and someone made like a deep wish or something like that is what I'm getting. And we have, and the veil is lifting on this, right? So you're now questioning like everything. This could be for the divine feminine. This could resonate not for the masculine. If it doesn't resonate for it could be both, but I feel like this could be the divine feminine's bloodline. Something like that happened. We've got divine magic, and it's taking its sweet motherfucking time though. And we have anything unaligned must go. So this man is sorry because they feel like the masculine in this energy, sorry, not, it doesn't have to be a man, but the masculine in the energy, it's a man. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. This masculine energy doesn't really believe, and like, and they're apologizing because they're starting to believe now in themselves. That's what I'm getting. In magic or themselves. And now they're starting to really believe. If loving you means getting dirt, it's even the divine. But then in this energy, the divine feminine is trying to get into alignment, and they're in some sort of like dark energy, dark space, and both of you at some point in time have been self-employed, unemployed or self-employed, and probably both. But no, because you have these big dreams, this is something you guys have maybe together also, or you will have it together, or you have it together is what I'm getting. a business, self-employed, and you have this business together, okay? And the divine is assisting you. So it's like you trust each other right away, like you're members of the same family or something, is what's coming through. I'm trying to get into alignment. And it's so weird because then I was like, I almost want to say, don't fuck it up. So it's like, I think this divine feminine has a little bit of an attitude though. Because, like, yeah. Because, like, they trust you, but they're like, but don't fuck it up. You know? Like, yeah. So the divine feminine definitely wants this masculine. Oh, but she's afraid of failure, fear of failure, and also she's working on understanding his attachment style. No. Yes, though. So they could be well versed in attachment styles. What's this? I'm getting the fairies, the fae. Fear of failure. This divine feminine is afraid of failing, right? But they'll help everyone else because they're so afraid of. That might be they might have an attachment disorder. I feel like I'll just put that right there. Let's cleanse them. They might have had some trauma in their very early years, like from birth or something. Like, yeah, like very, like they could have been neglected as infants or something like that even. I still feel like they're fine. I feel like there's nothing wrong with them, but this has caused some sort of issue with their attachment style to others. Like they're not attaching in a normal way. I don't know. We can't say what is normal, guys, but there is something where there's not an attachment to the masculine energy in a way that maybe we would have liked or something like that. And we being the masculine energy, right? Okay. Divine magic. But we have divine magic on our side. So I feel like this masculine energy's prayers and everything is like helping things fall into line. So this person actually might be, it's a rare person I feel like that can heal an attachment issue, like really heal it. But with the divine magic, I think anything is possible. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Hey, Saw. Oh, Saw's dealing with some fake family members. I'm sorry. Saw says, I deserve happiness and success. Of course you do. We all do. Unless we're horrible people, which you're not, I'm sure. Why would you be on my channel if you were? So I'm very sorry that they're not wanting to see your success. Yeah, Ian, thank you. I don't know if any of it else resonated, but I appreciate that part resonated. Thank you for letting us know, and hopefully the rest of it does too. I'm definitely getting something for you guys, Ian in particular though, about Egypt, Nefertiti. I almost said Nefertiti, so you might work with Aphrodite, but I was gonna say Nefertiti because it is Nefertiti. Nefertari also is a goddess, but that's not her. That's Nefertiti. I'm just saying that for my own self because I keep forgetting. I'm sorry this is taking so long in reverse. So if you do work with Aphrodite, she's like, I don't give a fuck that this is taking so long. Goodbye. All right, that's a little weird. So I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's like a passerby energy. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, we're going to continue. So if that's a passerby I feel like I'm gonna do it again though. So, all right. If loving you means getting dirty, bring on the grime. Your love for me guides me home. Yeah. This masculine is depressed now. This masculine energy is depressed. And he's thinking about a lower timeline. So, you know, I feel like divine magic is divine magic. So like that message with Aphrodite, I don't know if you guys do work with Aphrodite. I think that was not the divine feminine that's saying that. I think that's the point here. focus on the divine feminine, because I don't feel depression in the divine feminine's energy. Somebody could be a divine feminine, but not your divine feminine. And so that's going to be a clash for some time, because you need to be with your divine feminine, right? And so I just feel like there was some connection there, that just there was like a nod to another feminine energy, but they're it, if we get too attached, we cannot be so attached, because it's divine magic. I feel like we understand that, right? So like it's kind of like move along, but they're like, a little bit of a sore, like, fuck you kind of in the okay, let me move on. All right. Your love for me guides me home. Someone doesn't like Ian. It doesn't have to resonate for Ian though. For someone who watches though, some motherfucking lady doesn't like you, okay? But it's fine, because that's not your one, okay? And I would love to talk to you about that connection, but I can't, because I'm feeling severe depression for both of you in that. Focus on your person, okay? So your love for me guides me home, and that's what this masculine energy needs. This masculine energy needs a feminine who is, so anchored into their energy that they feel guided by it, right? And now I'm getting confused, because this is not a feminine that I think the masculine can anchor into. And so this feels like a problem. Yeah, I'm in that song again, Baby, I'm the illest. So somebody's just a little unwell right now. We have soul contracts reversed. So I think that you're confused. Like, okay, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like the divine masculine energy is confusing someone else as their divine life partner. So does the divine feminine, let me ask, because now I feel like there's three people here. Does the divine feminine in this connection, I feel like they're all divine characters, but it's got to be the right match. Like, Holy Spirit takes time to bring these people together to make sure that everything is aligned, okay? So something's not aligned. One of these motherfuckers isn't aligned. And I don't think these two women are about to get together. So it's probably, I guess they could. Maybe they need to. No. We're going to let you live over here, divine masculine. You can stay in the energy today. But the masculines might come from a coven, or they're witches, or it's in their background or something like that too. Again, we all have divine masculine and feminine within us, but the one who knows that they're the masculine in this. Okay? So your love for me guides me home. So they are the divine feminine. Yeah, you get it. Okay, so they need somebody like this. This masculine energy needs a woman that they're really mad in love with, right? That they really are like, wow, this is my person. I feel so motivated. Maybe this divine feminine then comes up with really good ideas. Like, they could have some personal issues and problems, but they might be very creative. And there's something like they're always getting this masculine energy now, I feel like, to get on board with like doing things together. Like, I keep seeing like well, I guess it's because of the self-employment card, but I keep seeing like a mom and pop shop, or like a stand, but it's like selling fruits, and like, when you dip the fruit in chocolate, and like going around and selling stuff, or like I feel like there's something there. Like, even with the veil, it makes me think of like, coming to our kiosk or our makeshift little area or whatever. We're selling you some food, or we're selling you this, or so the divine feminine comes up with these great ideas, and then the masculine is like, oh, they're so fucking on it, like, let me, and I feel like the masculine's really on it too, but they need this feminine energy to like tell them, like, to be there with them. I don't even know, but it's like, that's what I think this masculine needs a babysitter, and I think it's the divine feminine. They need that. But something about this job like really keeps it together. This self-employment opportunity, like, it's not just this one opportunity, it's the way that they work together. They work together so well that it just becomes love. That's what it feels like to me. But it's like a fated destiny, but it's like they don't see it in each other as love for a while. The masculine might, but they may not. Yeah, I don't know. Family of witches or a coven doesn't like you. They definitely might not. They might think that person hates them, so never mind. You know what? I don't know what's going on. Maybe this person maybe you're dating a Gemini, and this is just two different personalities of the same motherfucker. Who knows at this point, guys? I'm sorry, but soul contracts. reversed. So there's not a soul contract with someone, okay? However, between the divine connections, maybe you got to keep it loose because this person's got an attachment issue. So you can never be like, this is fated, we must be together, or they'll like freak out or something, you know? And even someone who understands that is kind of cool. So you guys are like dysfunctional, but you're beautiful. And this, like, you're not really dysfunctional. Like you're magic. You're fucking divine magic. You're proof that Holy Spirit heals. That divine magic, divine love heals. Not at each other's heels, but like literally heals, like walking side by side, like helping each other, miracles. You build each other up. But there is love that like appears over the years. So like you guys can be friends for a while, for a long time even, and then it's like it's a fuller kind of love experience because it feels like this masculine needs this kind of love because maybe I don't know why, but it just feels like they need like a slower paced like love connection. Yeah. All right. So we got self-employment here. You're a born entrepreneur. So this is really important for you guys. Anything unaligned must go. You are surrounded by magic. So don't put yourself down, guys. All right? Why would we put ourselves down when we are fucking magical? That's reminding me. I've been feeling very insecure. I'm going to be honest. Usually I am not so insecure. Usually. So that could be something that hold on. I'm the ghost. I think it's like this double think or double speak to like a veil being lifted on that because it's like positive thinking card is here, but it's like the song that keeps coming out is I'm the illest, and I know that that's supposed to be some slang from like the 2000s or something or whatever. That's like it's a good thing, but it's also like it's illest, like it's you're sick, right? Like you're not well, right? So it's like there's a lot of confusion here. Basically, is what I think. Positive thinking though always helps. Maybe I am actually always very insecure and it is just coming to the forefront right now and I'm recognizing it and I didn't recognize it before. So maybe that's the message then, is that sometimes it takes the mirror person or mirror energy to like pull something out of us for us to see like ourselves and be like, oh, interesting, right? Yeah, so that's how your guys' mirror is getting cleaned. So the masculine is saying like, I'm sorry to this feminine. And I don't think it has to do with looks for this feminine. It could, but I don't think so. But there's something, the masculine is seeing their own attachment style issues. So you guys do both have attachment issues. I wondered that at first, but I was like, how could you heal each other? But it's because of the divine magic. That's why. That's how. So yeah, a little swappy situation here. It's not really a swappy. It's like literally you have attachment issues. Both of you probably have the same attachment issues, and you're just seeing it now in this twin. I think you're together with them and someone else too, which makes sense if there's attachment issues. Let's just invite the whole neighborhood over. I don't know. Anyway, okay. So, I don't know, guys, but give it time. I really do think this is a chill, laid back, like everything's gonna work out connection. But we have self-limiting beliefs still plague me. So there you go, Ian. You're gonna be self-employed possibly, or take it as it resonates. Well, Lan, it's spelled Ian. So what can I do, friend? All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Lan. I am sorry. It does look like Ian though, doesn't it? I mean, the capital I and on the keyboard and I see. Excuse me. I am the one that had the problem there. But what's Lance short for? Now I've said Lance. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Cute name. All right. Is it short for like Lance or it really is just land? Saw what's going on. Saw says, love colors. Me too. Yes. Ocean colors. Ocean stuff. I like Aphrodite, says Saw. I understand her and she honors her heart and true people. Oh, that's nice. That's so beautiful. We have a lot of I'm sorries. As I'm putting them away, I'm seeing it. I have I'm sorry and then I'm sorry. This is taking so long. So, and that's all on the divine masculine's energy. But again, I think it has something to do with like I don't feel like there's somebody's got an ego. It could be the divine. I don't know. You're twins, so you're probably mirroring each other. You're probably pretty close to be. It feels like you guys are already together to me. So it feels like you're either yeah. It feels like you're already together. To me, it does. Yeah, I just pulled a card that says yes. So you know this person. Even if you're not in a romantic connection, you are in Holy Spirit's like divine situation already. Okay? You're already in a divine situationship. How exciting for both of you. Let's move forward. I was gonna say for all of us. So again, I think there's like a lot of people here. Like, oh, there's at least 3 of you. All right, I'm leaving that energy behind. Bye, guys. Thank you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So, guys, next we're gonna do Virgo. Virgo. What's going on for you and your twin, Virgo? Isn't that such an old song? It keeps coming through my mind, though. Why does that song keep coming through my mind? I want to travel the world with you. Hold on. I have to figure out, because I don't even know any other part but that part. Oh, it's Nicki Minaj. Okay, she says, I have a horrible memory for like song names and stuff. I have a great memory, but for song stuff. I thought it was from the 90s though, so that's like, what song was I thinking of? Or did she sample something else? Or am I thinking of a different song? Mm-mm. And For Your Love and I'm a diehard, like Bruce Lee. Oh, like Bruce Willis. Obviously, diehard movies are significant in here for Virgos. Oh, okay. Shorty, I'm gonna only tell you this once. Okay, and For Your 11, I'm gonna die hard. I don't know. So somebody just might be a big like Bruce Willis fan. Okay, that's what's coming through here. Or Bruce Lee, but really Bruce Willis. But I did say Bruce Lee, so take it as it resonates. Or like who doesn't like Die Hard movies? So like, yeah, they always show them during the holidays, right? So like, yeah, somebody could like those type of movies. We have Soul Contract here because now I'm also thinking of like the Rocky series and like, just I don't know what we would call those movies. Like, I don't know what we call the genre of that, but like, yeah, I get it. One of you, though, I don't know if both of you, but one of you does like that. And maybe did watch him when you were a kid or something. Alana, okay. So you got a lot of different names there. Lana. Releasing all these toxic behaviors and mindsets. That's the divine feminine. All right, and then what else is going on here? What else is going on for the Virgos and their twin? Okay, you guys, the divine feminine is daydreaming about the divine masculine and wondering if they do have some sort of soul contract. In fact, the divine feminine could have recently gotten a message from like Hecate or from Source or from another goddess. It depends how you want to. Yeah. But I'm getting like angel numbers, or there's been some sort of spirit activity around the divine feminine, not just spiritual, but spirit activity. I am dreaming of you. Hecate would be keys, dogs barking, like 333, all that stuff. It would be Hecate's energy, but it could be mean something different to someone else. I'm getting hush, hush. It could have been like a bird feather, mockingbird. Somebody could have been, oh, I don't like that energy though. No. I'm gonna only tell you this once. So there is toxic energy that's being allowed in this though. Mm. Somebody has nightmares. Somebody's been having nightmares. And I can't figure out if it's the masculine or the feminine. Maybe both. No, one of you. Someone could even have nightmares about Bruce Willis. They're saying yes. The divine feminine might have nightmares about like Bruce Willis. Or that kind of, or their legacy or something. Let the past be in the past. Is Bruce Willis now watching? Is that what's happening? Bruce, are you watching? What's going on? We got the witches are watching. I don't know. But I'm getting... All right. Somebody's trying to take us off of our path here. Book of Shadows, let me chase you. And it's like, no, that's not your path. So I don't know what's going on exactly. Release all these toxic behaviors and mindsets. Let the past be in the past. So the divine feminine is trying to do spell work to see if to reveal a secret from someone. Do we have a soul contract together? Something like that. Okay, take it as it resonates. Then there's like astral travel going on in like the 5th dimension or whatever. And this feminine energy like wants to leave her family life behind, wants to run away with this divine masculine, and it's just like, this is such crap or whatever. And then it's like the feminine is like telling the masculine, like, I'm gonna chase you, okay? Let me chase you, you know, when it's time. Not right now, but when it's time, I'll chase you, or something like that. Okay. And then it's like, the masculine already wants to like world travel and stuff. The masculine's like, I just want to like be, you know, in the energy. I have clairsentience reverse, the ability to physically or emotionally feel the energy. So Virgo, this masculine energy maybe is busy traveling, something like that. I'm getting like soccer. I'm getting like, yeah, like maybe traveling to watch soccer games or football games, however you want to say it. Didn't we just have the World Cup? We did. So maybe they went into the World Cup or like something, yeah. And then we have I'm dreaming of you, soul contracts. So I want to travel, but it feels like astral travel. But the masculine is actually traveling, but also astral travel. So anyway, what's going on between these two? Is everything coming into alignment or what? I've talked to my family about you, and then see a witch doctor for help. What is going on? You guys might meet sometimes for lunch or something, but you're like together but not together. No, you're not together because something's holding this feminine back. But they want to chase this masculine, but not right now. And then that's confusing enough. And then who's watching? Who's watching, guys? Something about Bruce Willis, Book of Shadows, Die Hard. What is happening? I want to travel the world. This person does travel the world, though, is what I'm getting. They might play sports, or they have an opportunity to. And then we have Ten of Swords, disaster, painful ending. Maybe they did play sports and there was a painful injury that ended that career, or at least put it on hold for a while. And so maybe because of that, they were taken away from this divine feminine energy. And then this divine feminine energy, because there was that separation, possibly, just take it as resonates. They maybe talked anyway on the phone or something. No, they did not. Because you weren't seeing each other is what I'm getting. Like, they didn't see each other anymore. Because it has something to do with their careers or something. And then, yeah. So the divine feminine's toxic energy is like, I'm going to do this sometime, basically. That's the toxic part of this divine feminine. Like, they want something, but they keep putting it off. They want the divine masculine, but they keep putting it off. And then even this masculine isn't chasing either. This masculine is just like dealing right now, suffering kind of through this emotional experience that was painful. It doesn't necessarily, I mean, the Ten of Swords is usually suffering, though, but I'm not getting that it's suffering for everyone that, yeah. But we have, I'm so sorry I hurt you. So it feels like the masculine was hurt by this divine feminine. So it feels like one person's career was like ending as another person's career was taking off. That could be what it was too. And see a witch doctor for help. So somebody was, maybe that's why there's some magicking, because see a witch doctor for help. Somebody did some magic, right? And somebody wants a new career, right? So maybe they did some magic. That could be the masculine energy. But they're dreaming, they're thinking so much of this feminine. And it's like, again, the feminine does want to be with the masculine, but it's like another time. And it's so weird too, because it's like, even then, it won't be that you're together. It will just be that they're going to chase you. So you're going to act like you're too cool to be around them, or something like that. So it's so weird. It's so like, I don't know. But we got Book of Shadows. So I don't know what's going on, but I definitely right now, the masculine is mourning the ending of one career and the beginning of something new in their life, okay? That's what we got with Virgo. And they still believe in this connection. We have I still believe in us, and I miss you. So they're definitely spending a lot of time thinking about this feminine. Positive thinking helps a lot. What is coming up next between these two, though, or is there anything else they need to know? I know no one would be a better fit for me than you are. So this divine masculine is really like, because I guess, yeah, okay. And they might even be apologizing. This divine feminine might be calling the masculine to apologize. But also the feminine is, or also, yeah. They are sorry, and then you, this one's also sorry. So everyone's, apologizing, basically. And worried and apologizing. And they do like each other. It's just like the energy wasn't balanced. So is this a divine connection? I never imagined someone like you could fall in love with me. You're so beautiful. I don't know, but this masculine really loves this feminine. Is there another relationship that the feminine's in? Is that what's holding this back too? Or I want this to be a surprise for you. I want to chase you. This feminine feels very masculine. I'm not going to lie. And the masculine, so there's a role reversal here for these twins. That's what I think is happening. Yep. So this is kind of you guys are at a different stage in your twin flame stuff. It's like a total role reversal. Everybody's twin flame experience can be different, but I've seen it happen. I've seen a lot of, yeah. So that's what we got going on. Total role reversal here. So I'm not really allowed to tell you a lot more because you're supposed to experience it. Okay. All right. What are we doing next? Thank you guys for watching. Let me know who has Libra and then Scorpio. Are there any Libras watching? Okay, we got Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Oh my Jesus, can I do all of those? I'm not sure. Let's do, what sign do you want me to do? Should we do Capricorn? Should we do Libra? What should we do, guys? Let me know when I'm picking up these cards. If anyone has a request. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I hope that you'll share if you enjoy the reading. I hope you'll share it. Share it on Facebook. Share it with other people that you feel like could benefit, your friends and whatnot, those you know on the twin flame journey. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm getting something about white gold. Let me check the comments. Did you guys choose a sign? No, we haven't done. Did you have a, oh, okay, Joquisha says Libra. All right, let's do it then. I'm gonna do Libra. Here we go, here we go. Libra, Libra, Libra. Actually, I'm gonna use the Labyrinth deck. And then the Angel deck, okay. The energy feels masculine right now. It feels like the masculine's taking control here of the energy. That doesn't mean they're taking control of the connection, but thank you for the hearts. Let's see. The masculine. What is that? Is that a polar bear with one eye? What is that? Hold on. I'll have to look at it in a second. And then this is the feminine. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's a dog. Okay, it's like the sheepdog, I guess. And so it has its hair in its eyes. And I thought its nose was like an eye. I was like, what in the what? Okay, so it's a dog riding a dog. Okay. All right. Being fully present. So it is such a cute movie, isn't it? Okay. Being fully present. I'm tasting vomit in my mouth. Ooh. Okay. The masculine energy, that could be the feminine. Take it as it resonates. Whoever this... Okay. Let's talk about this. Somebody's vomiting. So the feminine energy has been throwing up. And this is the feminine. And just to embarrass all the feminines, I won't, or just to not embarrass all the feminines, I'm not going to say it, well, the other thing, but they're not the P word. Wait, what am I saying? How I am just embarrassing myself. I don't know. You guys aren't pregnant. It's not morning sickness, and I don't know why that would be embarrassing or not embarrassing. So, okay, so somebody comes, maybe the masculine comes from a family that's very, like, Amish or something. I don't know. Or it, like, doesn't, because I was like, the P word and all this stuff is like, what the hell is that about? Some kind of different upbringing. Some kind of different, maybe religious or, yeah, maybe different religious upbringing or something that doesn't believe in saying the word pregnancy. I guess there are some cultures that also don't believe in saying that word, so it's not so strange. Even in the Catholic religion, they don't like that word, actually. They say with child. But anyway, the feminine is not with child. So, but she's been throwing up. And, ew, it really is that you're throwing up, because here's what I'm getting like. I'm getting like, ew, get away from me. I'm tasting it. Stop. Maybe drinking too much. No? I don't know why you're throwing up. Why are you guys throwing up? Why is the feminine throwing up? King of Diamonds. Somebody's stressing the feminine out. This King of Diamonds is stressing the feminine out. And then this Divine Masculine, it's not him though, is it? Oh Lord, why do we got 10 men over here? Look at this multiple personality motherfucker over here. What? Of course he's stressing you out. What is happening? Okay, so I gotta get the cheat sheet. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Libra, so it's like I feel I'm trying to give the message, but I also feel like I'm kind of like walking on quicksand. So I don't know if that's how you feel around this masculine, or if that's just the energy. I'm not sure if I'm picking it up or not. And it's like I feel like I'm tentatively like laying my foot down, and then it's like sometimes it's steady and sometimes it's not. So someone is getting karma, but this has nothing to do with karma. But somebody, yeah. Somebody could be like, you're getting your karma, ha ha ha. But it's like, yeah, bitch, I'm not. Like I feel like the feminine's over here like glaring at this person who also has like a whole bunch of other personalities, just sitting there like you're so dumb. Like, could you just like bring the parts of you all together? But the feminine shouldn't forget if this is a true divine twin connection. And I think the feminine isn't sure if this is her twin or not. But apparently spirit says it is. Then the feminine should remember that she also has multiple uh-oh. The truth hurts. Okay, so I feel like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh. Maybe the feminine already integrated, though, the many sides of herself, right? But this poor masculine is chopped up over here into, one day I'm very brave, but helpless. And then the next day, I'm like, they're getting their karma. Hey, hey, hey. This sounds like my tarot channel. This sounds like my tarot channel, though, guys. But that's the collective. Oh my God! So your masculine is really in. That's not my tarot channel's collective, but it is the collective. Actually, it is my tarot channel's collective. I mean, this is actually your divine masculine, but I'm saying that's also a similar energy. Maybe you're divine masculine and you watch my channel and that's why it's coming through like that. We'll blame the spontaneousness of the whole collective on you two. You guys might be the standout twin flames though. Honestly, you guys could be, thank you for the hearts. You could be the standout energy right now for the collective. Like, because there's always like a divine counterpart connection. It feels like there's always a zodiac sign actually. So it could be Libra or whatever your twin is. But, you know, for every season, it doesn't feel like it's like clockwork, like, okay, let's get the calendar out. Now we're going to pick a new, it just kind of happens that there's like a zodiac sign that's sort of like leading the energy, right? And I'm sure an astrologer could explain more, and probably there is some actual more defined reason here. But for you guys, it feels like you're in this leading energy here for the divine masculines and divine feminines right now, like the whole collective, okay? Not just the twin flame collective though. That's not what I'm saying. Like you're leading the energy of the collective. Like you, like anyone could watch this reading and it will probably resonate in some way if you're spiritual, but it really is for Libras. So this someone is getting their karma. That is a very common thing that we say within the tarot. So common that I started for a while like blocking all the videos that said it, because I was like, I need to level up, and how am I going to level up if like every time I get on YouTube all I'm seeing is tarot readings about somebody getting their karma, and then I'm trying to channel messages of love and light and like divinity and level all of us up, and then but is it my fault if those bitches are getting the karma? Like, and I feel like that's the masculine, and again, okay, so the feminine is more advanced here spiritually, or at least yes, they are looking at this masculine anyway, like they are. Who's to say who really is? It's not really an argument though, because the feminine is like, I'm way more mature here, and yeah, that's what's happening, and a little bit like attitude from the feminine, but more so like, man, I can't wait till he gets his shit together and catches up, right? And it could even be the energies are reversed to masculine and feminine in this case, but no, it's not. So the masculine's like got an evil side, and then what has happened to this masculine to make them so fractured, guys? For some of you, this divine feminine is about to call the whole thing off, right? We got the angel of white light for the Libras. She's praying about it hard because she's like, what are you doing over here, Mr. Evil? Like, I thought you were a twin flame and we were doing this, and then what happened, you know? And it's like, okay, I got my magic back. I went dark and I got my magic back, and then I'm too cool for everybody. And then I feel like the cycle starts over, though. Something happens, the ego, falls apart. The unillusion is itself. The feminine leaves or whatever, and then because they're too cocky, they're like, maybe overly dominating, even trying to dominate the feminine energy. And it's like, excuse me, little twin here. Less than a year ago when we got together, you were this guy, and then you just like cycled, and now you're like so cool that you can't even talk to me. Okay. And then and it's like there's something. This, and I feel like this whole time though, the feminine energy is like leveling up on like the light side, the good side, and really like probably gonna leave this masculine, because I think there's been so many prayers, or maybe the feminine doesn't even like this masculine and has been sending, energy like, you need to apologize. I'm gonna send you some dark magic so you apologize to me. I'll show you. And then it's just made them more evil. And so if that's the case, you guys are feeding this person's evil, because I actually resonate with this masculine energy. I don't act like that. I hope not. I don't know. I don't think so. But I resonate with the experience a little, because it's like, this is, I can tell just right away, this masculine might have, I don't know what the zodiac sign is, but I can tell this energy. And maybe we were born in the same year as me or something. I don't know. There's something similar here. I can feel it, and I don't know where that's coming from. But anyway, it's fine. But like, what I was going to say is that this masculine, it's like the way of dealing with life is spiritual bypassing, basically. The way of dealing with not life, but like the hurts of life. Yeah. So it's like I'm just a wee little speck of dust in this big ocean of sharks, or I'm just a wee little minnow in this, or tadpole, or whatever the hell. And then in this big ocean, of sharks, and like feeling down on themselves, and then it's like, and very sensitive and caring, and so sensitive and caring that they just become dark and evil. So that's the part I don't resonate with, right? But I do have a tendency to understand, this like going a little bit like, like, just because it's like you get so tired of like trying to love everyone and they don't even give a shit, it's like, but I love you, and then they're like, but you're, whatever, not worthy of my love because I need somebody who's perfect. And then you're like, okay, so you want to be with that one and not me. Okay, well then. Like, you know what I mean? And then, am I telling it myself? No, I'm not. No, because I don't send dark magic to people. But, like, I'm like boosting up in the energy. But this one actually went ahead and did it. This one actually, it took the whole, like, plunge. It was like, let's really go dark now. And then the feminine was like, all right, they're going to come back, though. Like, they're going to come back to their senses and realize they were never even a puny little, tadpole. They're always a shark. They just thought that they were a tadpole because, they don't have, unfortunately, the correct feminine support, right? And that's true, ladies. So divine feminines, if you're resonating with this type of masculine, what you have to realize is, if this is your twin flame, the reason the masculine is behaving like this is because they're not receiving nurturing from you. And you probably are learning how to do that right now, though, because look, she's like holding the hand of this beast. So it's like, you're like, it's easy for you to nurture like these masculines that come to you crying and like, oh my gosh, what should I do? You might have a lot of bisexual or gay male friends, but so you think that you don't have an issue with nurturing, but that is an illusion, because you do, because this one needed nurturing, and you told him to grow the fuck up, and and then waited for him to apologize. And can you see where the problem is yet? Anybody? No, because we never like to accept our own problems or faults in any way, shape, or form. So I must be the problem doing this reading for you. Send me karma, guys. Send me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just well, because that's where I think this feminine is. I about think this feminine is gonna switch if she has to leave this. So that's why I'm like, are these two? I'm sorry, but I think this connection is failing, and I kind of think it's the divine feminine's fault that it's failing, because if it really is a twin flame connection, which it is, or we wouldn't be watching for it, right? I kind of feel like this is my connection with my ex. I'm starting to feel like I failed that a little bit here. But you know what? We get other opportunities. So it's not like, I mean, that sounds pretty shitty, but I kind of like also didn't like my ex at all. So, and maybe that's how maybe you signed on for this twin flame connection and you didn't know yourself at all, right? Maybe. Or maybe it really is a false twin. It's not a false twin, guys. It really is a twin. It's just they're not the right one. It's not the fated one. It's like, can I tell you something? Like my ex and I got together and I lived somewhere very far from where I should have lived, technically. And I think it's something like that where and again, this is also debatable, but it could be that somehow you guys looked in the mirror at each other and neither one of you were willing to do the work. That's what it is. You both thought the other was supposed to do the work. And because of that, it's like one thought the other was going to apologize, one thought the other was going to apologize. But then even if this masculine apologized, because I'm getting the masculine could have apologized, and then the feminine again was like, this just isn't a connection that's going to work. Does that happen sometimes with twin flame connections? Apparently it is happening with you guys. So was it ever a twin then? Well, I mean, that's debatable. But right now you're both locked in as twins because this is a twin reading. So you're probably gonna have to learn from this. And I think what you're meant to learn from it is if you're really turned off by this one and you really just you're like, I cannot, give them a chance by opting out. Because if they go so dark over here, they're probably the masculine isn't going to be able to opt out, is my feeling, because they're so dark. And then this woman over here is just stuck thinking that she's the most nurturing, loving person ever, and she's the one who turned this masculine dark. And then she's gonna be, you guys are in trouble. You're both in spiritual trouble, real serious, actual spiritual trouble, because you need to go to the light, Caroline. Like, I mean it though, guys, really, because yeah, all right. Somebody doesn't care anymore. I think you're both light warriors too. That's the thing. That's what's making me really, because Holy Spirit didn't say anything here like you're dark people or anything. You're gone dark. Your masculine's gone dark, and you really are a bitch. But Jaquisha, I don't think this is your reading though. I'm sorry, by the way, but I don't think this is your reading. But if it is, then it is. But I just don't. I don't feel your energy here. I don't know. But interesting. So anyway, the angel of strength is if you really don't like this masculine, you guys need to do some work to cut this, to really like sever this soul contract. You're gonna have to do something in the astral. You're gonna have to do a cord cutting, like, and more than a cord cutting, like you're probably gonna need to at least call them and say like there needs to be something here, because I think they will listen to you still if you call them. That's what I feel like. I'm gonna pull a card, but like this whole throwing karma shit at each other back and forth and this and that, and it's like you're never gonna get anywhere. And then, unfortunately, I feel like within a year, if you let this masculine go, because you're holding on to this masculine, you don't even realize it. I hate you is what I almost said. Oh, I just said it. And so it's like you hate this person so much that you are also kind of fucking your whole life up too, because you're still choosing this connection, and that means that you hate your own masculine energy. But if you cut the cord with this, and I feel like you guys aren't claiming it either, but you have to understand this is how this works. So if you cut the cord with it, and if you spiritually wrap this up and like maybe even try and talk to them or something and just like, do whatever you needed to do to, then their energy is going to be free and your energy is going to be free. And like Holy Spirit's going to like, divine is going to, source is going to like look for someone else, obviously, if that's what you want still, to be in a twin connection. And then you're going to have to put in the connection work, though. But within a year, you'll both be in a connection again. I think you both think you're in connections right now, and I think you're just being lazy in the energy. And I don't think either one of you are with someone that you love. I think that this feminine energy could be like with a gay man, maybe like even suspects that this person is gay or something, or they're with someone that maybe even taking care of other people that aren't even like maybe not even in a romantic connection at all. And then this is like a man who's going to end up in like a loveless marriage just for show. Like this is like a whole thing that probably really just needs to go, because you guys are not supposed to be dark workers, and it's sad. It's sort of sad, guys. So I'm sorry it came out like that. I felt like I learned something from that reading just now, though. So, unless you really hate them and then suffer, but you're suffering too. You know what I mean? Because just for a minute, I was like, but I hate it. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, so that's how we get bitter, cruel, fucking supposed to have been angel people. I feel like the goddess is crying. And, you know, yeah, because the goddess does want to experience love. The goddess does know love and does probably recognize, like, I did kind of fail this motherfucker. Ew. Or something like that. So practice witchcraft online. Use a lot of apps or moon circles online. This divine masculine might do something like that. He's not going to let this lady go. And I don't think it's because of love at this point, because look at how big the ego is. He's not going to let her go because he's done altogether. Like, he's like, I don't give a fuck. He's probably butt fucking everybody, all these men or something. I don't know what he's doing. I don't even care what he's doing. But I'm not talking about my ex, but it sure sounded like I was for a second. So I feel like I don't know what that was. But this one is so, I have no idea what my ex is doing. This is not a life update, guys. But I have like a zero idea and I zero care. Okay. But since I compared it to this, I now feel the need to over explain myself here. So, anyway. So, yeah, but I feel like this one, it just feels vicious and mean. Like this one hates this one, and this one also just has a big ego and like does care, but there's something about the ego or something. And then we have I'm a player. So see, I was right. Okay. And I make a lot of money, and um your hair is so beautiful. So see, they still, yeah, but they're not. And then it's like, yeah, so cut the cords, wrap it up, do whatever you need to do. Not like condom, but like wrap it up, like wrap up the connection. What's it called where you like have peace, make peace or whatever with it? Dun, dun, dun. Like hash it out, like, ha ha ha, so crazy that, because maybe you guys just broke up like less than a year ago or something. Maybe it was a long time ago, I don't know, but it feels like there needs to be a conversation to end this, to get closure. And it does feel like you could both at least do that. All right. Well, let's do Capricorn. Yeah, they lost. And I think that's like, there's something here where the ego, because it's like they lost. And so obviously that's an ego driven phrase, isn't it? There's not a loser or a winner here. And then, especially if they're both light warriors or meant to be, they're both lost, just lost children, right? And, ooh, tower. And like, that's a sad thing to see happen, right? They can be adults, obviously. You guys are adults in this, reality, but in actuality, right? Just lost children. right? And the eyes of the divine, right? With the white light and stuff. So I do really think just the way that I saw that phrase, they lost and they lost. Like you guys are lost. Like they're lost, you know? So I think that there's a need to release the ego. You've got to. Somebody's got to. Both of you need to. Really the divine feminine probably is the one who needs to, because I hate to say it because this guy is such an ass, obviously, but it's like the divine feminine sort of fucked it up a little bit here by not nurturing the masculine. But obviously there was wounds and things going on that didn't allow the divine feminine to nurture the masculine. So it just wasn't the right connection for whatever reason, and I don't understand why. Maybe we do have multiple sets of twins and that's why, but I feel like it's also hard to say goodbye for some reason. So there could be like a lingering on because it's so hard to say goodbye. We have 4 of spades. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Achieving goals, rest from action. So, oh no, this. Recuperation and recovery. Okay. So, yeah, there's healing, there's recuperation and recovery time needed. And I think there's been a lot already. So maybe it's time to like have a conversation or have a ceremony, do something where you really process that connection and move on. And I think this is something that like the divine or the twin flame connections or divine feminine, divine masculine connections, or however you want to say it. I think this is something that we both have to, or we all have to recognize, or something about these connections that we can see as something different, or this is what makes them different, isn't it? That the people involved in these divine connections actually have chosen to become spiritual and to evolve over time, right? And maybe even to evolve and ascend more rapidly than other people on the planet, due to spiritual gifts, due to maybe just time. It was their choice, timing, personalities. I really don't know the answer to that, but I do know that we're living in a time where a lot of people aren't choosing to evolve, aren't choosing to reflect, but these are individuals who are choosing that. And it's not as simple as it's really kind of beautiful that these connections are still happening and being brought together, because it's I don't know what it used to be like. So it's not as simple as all that is what the Holy Spirit's saying to me. So like I just feel like I wanted to say a whole bunch, and then Holy Spirit's like, it's way more complicated, Summer. So let's not pretend that we know what's going on when we're talking about divinity. So okay, we won't. All right, but yeah, you get it, guys. All right, thank you. Bye. I keep getting like something like, that's not even the same person. That's not even the same person. So I don't know what that means, other than I was going to do Capricorn, but I don't know if that's still Libra now. What sign are you guys watching for? Dun, dun, dun. All right. What if it's like just some big, I just daydreamed out for a second, but like what if it's like some big like matchup, like, because I'm like, how in the hell did they get these people to match together? And it's like, what if it is something like that? What if it's just, I don't know, some like, oh, you're part of the 144,000, or you have spiritual gifts, or you work with Hecate, or like whatever, and then Holy Spirit's like, they got these things in common, and they both have these wounds in common, and they live within this vicinity of each other, and we sure wish that they'd move elsewhere so that they're this other one in them could connect, but they don't. So because they don't, I'm gonna have to do, and and it like goes into this, But then I get some messages like with the Gemini one where it's like completely faded, and it's like this has always been like this. But then it's like I also feel like I know that there's no such thing as time. So I know that the choices that we make now and in the future choices will change the past. Oh, it gets really complicated, doesn't it? You are beautiful. And I think that that's, our human minds don't always have to sit and think about that. But when you have the capacity to, why not? Right? But if you don't have the capacity to, then don't, because it could, make you uncomfortable and not feel well. All right. Nothing in this world can keep us apart reversed. So everything in the world is keeping you guys apart. This is for Capricorn. Oh my gosh. This is how the divine feminine feels. The divine feminine feels like everything is keeping you guys apart. And the masculine is like, I surrender to the divine in this. You're beautiful. You're the one. And I just want to be with you. So what's the problem? This is also the masculine. The masculine is like, your love for me guides me home. This masculine's in it suddenly to win it. Maybe they've always been in it. I don't know. They're like way into this, like very receptive to this. Again, this is the masculine. I am yours until 2 and 2 is 3. So what's going on with the feminine since the masculine has all these feelings? The feminine is lost. This is Capricorn now, okay? But I'm trying to get into alignment. Everything is keeping me apart from my true love. Like, everything is keeping me apart from my twin. I think that this Capricorn doesn't know who their twin is. They might think they do, but they don't know. Because we have they're lost, or they're lost, or they lost. So in this sense, this divine feminine feels like she's lost. Not lost like wandering. Lost, like I lost my twin. They can't, they're not coming back, they don't love me. No. That's not what's happening, but you're worried about it, right? That's what this divine feminine thinks. And then this masculine energy is like, I'm yours, right? I'm coming. I'm here. Like, like I'm doing everything I can to get to you. I'm surrendering to the divine so that, I'll float anywhere I need to go in the wind to get there or whatever, right? And this briefly threw me off because it says I'm yours until 2 and 2 is 3. And isn't there some new like math theory? I don't know if that's means that the masculine energy participates in like physics or some new physics theories or whatever, possibly, or something like that. Participates in, I don't know if that's the right word either, but like engages in exploration of metaphysical shit or whatever. I don't know. But also maybe it means that they're yours forever. Maybe that's their way of saying, like, and maybe that confused this woman too. Because, like, that is a hell of a confusing way to say it. Like, wouldn't you just say, like, I'm yours, I love you forever? But no, he says, I'm yours until 2 and 2 is 3. And she might be sitting there like, so are you saying, because if this person has insecurities, which they must, with the they lost energy, right? So this woman thinks they lost the masculine. But the masculine is literally like Come home to me. Like, what's happening, guys? Capricorn. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Look, the two of hearts. Oh, are we playing like baseball or softball? What was that? I felt like that was like a, I don't know. What was that? You are so beautiful. Are they gonna propose at like a game like that like a basketball game or like a fo it felt like a baseball game. There you go. Interesting. I am surrendering to the divine. So there is an imminent opportunity here where this woman is getting proposed to at like a big event. That's so weird because literally she's like, I'm trying to get my shit together, I'm trying to get my life together, but I'm so sad and down, and thinks that this person is with someone else. And then this person's like not at all with someone else. They're they're a confusing person, so I can see why with the card, yeah, with this, yeah. Is there a baby involved in this? We have patient, determined, and committed, steadfast. I don't know if there's a child involved. I heard something about a baby, but I don't think so. But this masculine energy, Knight of Pentacles, they're really committed to this woman and to this connection and this relationship. Because I'm like, is this talking about a different connection that she thinks she lost? It's like, no, it's this person. This person. So there's like a remix or something. There's like something's happening in the energy. And then I'm like, does this masculine know it's this woman? And it's like, yeah, kinda. So I'm like, what is going on? And the only other thing I can think of is they're both like crazy. They're both crazy. Because like, what is happening? What's happening, guys? I don't really understand. But I do understand. It's weird though. It's like she's trying to get into alignment because she knows that that's her twin flame. But she's down in the dumps. So let's see what can change this. She's down in the dumps. I've hashed it out like 3 times, but I didn't get to the part where we're supposed to fix it. So let's figure out how we're going to fix this. She's down in the dumps and she's sad. And Holy Spirit is literally saying, look here, this is the relationship that you keep saying you lost. And the whole reason you're sad is because you say you lost it. And I'm saying, is right here. and he's saying, I'm right here. And then you're still sad and think you lost it. And so it's like you don't think that he's your twin anymore, or you don't believe in love anymore, or something did happen kind of sad. And maybe it took too long for him to get his butt in gear. I don't know. Let me check on these cards. So we have the 4, so achieving goals, rest from action, and the 6, which is victory and achievement. What? These are beautiful cards. Deepening attraction. So in the near future, this woman will feel a deepening attraction for this masculine. This masculine will also feel a deepening attraction for this woman. Like, they will be together. There will be a proposal. I just want to be like, you guys are being dramas, but it seems like it's more serious than that. But this masculine energy is victorious. Like, they're like happy and victorious. What are they victorious in? Achievements. Achieving goals, resting from action, achieving goals. That's what both of those cards mean. Maybe they were really like working or very busy, or like, because it's like he was down in a well and then he popped his head up there. Oh, I am yours. Maybe there's some anger or something. I don't feel any anger. But it does feel like this masculine felt powerless in this connection. I am yours until two and two is no, it okay. The confusion. I am yours until two and two is three. There's a mirroring of the energy again. So it's like, okay, this is protected, right? This is a protected love connection. No one's getting in the middle of this. One of you two would have to choose to fuck this shit up. Right? Like you would have to choose to fuck it up. Do you understand? Like you would have to say, there's no one else coming in to fuck it up. Like you would have to be the one to choose it. And if you fuck this up, that means you're fucking yourself up. Because you are also the masculine, and the masculine is also the feminine, right? So I am yours until two and two is three. This masculine has been very confusing. Why would a man who wants to reassure a woman that he loves her even mention the word three? Because three is automatically making every woman in the world be like, wait, there's three? And any woman who isn't thinking three makes baby is like gonna be not very happy, you know? And obviously this one already had some insecurities. And so it's like, it's a problem. And so this is kind of like the masculine's fault a little bit, I feel, because he wasn't clear in the energy, didn't realize how insecure the feminine was. But that feminine energy is also the feminine energy within him. So if the masculine and the feminine both go within, and the feminine needs to go within and talk to her masculine energy and ask him, what does he want? And then the masculine needs to go within himself and talk to his feminine energy and maybe give his feminine energy a pep talk, like, you can do this, you know, you haven't lost yourself, I'm right here, or, you know, some cheesy shit like that, you know. Oh, I even feel like there's this baby tiger here, and the baby tiger is like looking like tentative, like, you know, like its little ears coming up, like, huh. Hmm. We have powerlessness. So the masculine could, no. But that card is powerlessness. Somebody's powerless. The goddess feels powerless in this. Maybe I don't know why, but I feel like I'm supposed to say God and goddess instead of like male and female or divine feminine, divine masculine. So maybe the God energy here already has like a lot of love in their life. And oh, okay. So this could be, okay, bear with me. But if the masculine has like a big family or has a lot of success, because we have victory, achievement, and this feminine energy could feel like that masculine doesn't want me because I don't have that amount of success, right? Or I don't have that amount of love, or I don't have such a big family and all this love, and there's something like that. I'm trying to brainstorm for you guys how to fix it, but I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I think the masculine needs to fix this. Even though it looks like it's the feminine that needs to fix it, I really think it's the masculine. And I think because the masculine needs to recognize that the feminine is also his feminine energy, right? So even if he's been getting all this praise for all these achievements and people are around him and there's a lot of happiness and contentment around the achievements, the part of him that receives love isn't receiving it fully. Oh my God, no. The masculine is receiving all the love and starving the feminine of affection. That's what's happening. So this masculine actually needs to reach out to this person, to his feminine, and really like actually just reassure this feminine energy is what it is. Yes, going within can be helpful, but I think at this point you've got to reach out and reassure, send reassurance, send love, send encouragement, you know? Everything is going to be okay. And don't be confusing in the encouragement, right? Because it's not an energy that is going to understand, you know, roundabout weird ass phrases. It's like, why would you even do that? And then there's a part of me that thinks that this masculine, at first I was like, oh, it's just an accident or something. No, I'm starting to think further, like maybe this masculine is used to getting all of the love. And so because of that, they don't actually take time to care how they come off to others, including the divine feminine or the goddess, you know? This could be a connection where you guys both work with like the god and goddess energies of the other one, something like this as well. Like you see, maybe you see the goddess as the divine feminine in some way, which is there's a name for that, but I can't remember what it is right now. Well, I don't know. All right, so I guess that's the advice for you guys. Anything else? I mean, everything's beautiful. It really is, but obviously underneath it's not, right? Even though it looks so, like, all the cards are great, everything is like that feminine energy feeling lost, that's a big problem. And defeated and like giving up completely. This is actually a huge problem that's going like by the wayside completely unnoticed. And I really feel like this little baby tiger here, which is like the protector energy too. So it's no coincidence. Maybe somebody needs to get a cat or has a cat. But I just feel like this tiger, which tigers are protectors, right? I just feel like it's, for one, I love doing my readings when I get like these very strong mind's eye energies, and with the divine feminine, divine masculine connections, it's been happening. And so I feel like I almost get high off of doing these type of readings in a way, because if I'm just sitting like 3D grounded in my energy, I don't see the tiger like in a like an empathy way and all this stuff, you know? But that's the way that my spirit guides and your spirit guides, it's like the power of the energy, right, makes it so it's like almost inanimate objects are coming alive before my eyes to give a message, but it feels so fucking magical. And that it's like a land of enchantment in some way. That's something I deal with my own life, but like it feels like this masculine might be having some sort of enchantment like that too. um but in a different way, maybe in the way of like praise. Like it's like they get so much affection and so much love that it's an enchantment, but it is an enchantment nonetheless. I mean, it's a very real, the affection is real, the love is real, the success is real. Whatever the victories were, they're real. But it's like, but when you sit on the couch, you know, when they left and, you know, like you're still sitting on the couch and that tiger's not moving in just the same magical way. And like, you know, like it's like you still come back down and you're grounded and you're like in a well, basically, because you're missing the divine feminine, which is also a part of you, right? So yeah, that's what's happening. We've got to get some balance in the energy. So anyway, I forgot I was gonna say something about that tiger though, but that had more of an explanation than that. Sorry. um it's so like tentative, like, and I feel like the tiger is this divine feminine, so I feel like it is a fiercely protective feminine energy too. And I feel like this feminine like is like, can I come play? Like, can I come over there? Oh, I'm so sad now for the tiger. You guys, this is like, I'm very emotional suddenly. So I think that this is a woman who's very much in her, like, maybe in her masculine energy too. Maybe she has a lot of success in her masculine energy, but then it's like the feminine energy is really being neglected, but like wants love or attention. I think this feminine doesn't even want attention. I think this feminine just would like to be acknowledged in a way that is better than like some roundabout bullshit. You know, like a direct acknowledgement. Like, right? You are amazing. All right. And 8 of diamonds. Attention to detail, focus, and practice. I kind of feel like this is why this attention to detail, focus, and practice, I feel like this is why the divine feminine is actually in the divine masculine energy or something like that, because it's like I'm so confused actually. But I just if I could describe how this tiger feels, or you know, which I think is this divine feminine, it's just like so sad, but it's like heartbreaking kind of. It's like I don't know. It's like skittish. It's like I don't know. Yeah, it's just basically like, can I come play? But I'm not sure if I walk over there if I'm gonna get like my foot caught in a trap. So I'm just gonna stay here until someone invites me. Right? Even his face is kind of looking like, am I invited? Or, and then we have attention to detail, focus, practice, attention to detail, and this king over here, creativity and charisma. So also somebody could be lacking in charisma. Maybe the feminine isn't very charismatic. You know, maybe they need to practice their social skills, right? There's something going on, obviously. Besides, because why did she get so neglected? If I missed the physical touches, I was afraid to be vulnerable. It's really sad, guys. I don't know. I hope that you guys sort it, but I was trying to pull cards to see what's going to happen. Obviously, I already gave the advice, but so the feminine feels that this man is like wifey or, well, husband material, I guess, or whatever, or wife, I don't know, trying to make you scared. So this masculine might be like thinking that the feminine is just, you know, trying to be mean or trying to be rude or trying to make them scared that they don't love them or something. But there's a deeper wound here the masculine is failing to acknowledge. So you might not have had a past life together. This could be someone that you don't resonate as having a past life with. And we have communication with technology reversed. So either somebody doesn't use technology, like a technophobe, or if they're apart from each other, this masculine is not reaching out with technology, something like that. And then we have the Hanged Man. So, and what's coming in the future are, there could be downloads, right? For the masculine, if the masculine's watching, I hope they take that advice. This is what I'm thinking. If the feminine's watching, well, what in the hell is me giving the masculine advice doing for this feminine? So that's why I'm trying to figure out something else. And it's like the Hanged Man is saying, like, this isn't your fault, actually. This is their fault. This is the masculine's fault. And so there's a failure. They're failing here to recognize what you're going through. And even though you've got this Two of Cups here, right, as what's happening very soon, you're coming into a union with them again, and even a marriage, it's like, are you still going to feel neglected, or like what? I don't know. So, and I think that's the whole problem, and that's maybe why you're like, I don't even want to come into a union with you, because if you can't make like this small effort, then what the fuck? Like, so it's like almost a standstill here too, So I guess I was trying to get advice for the woman. I don't know if this is resonating for anyone, but let me know. Maybe it'll resonate later. But the Empress is, that has good boundaries. The Empress has good boundaries. The Empress is the advice. So, she is loving, she's nurturing, she's there with the baby horse. The Hanged Man. I feel like somebody could be hypnotized in some way. Or they're like getting downloads, but they could think that those downloads aren't like real or something. Because I was getting like a hypnotizing. Also could be a pendulum, but no, with that necklace, it felt like a hypnotism. And then, yeah. So what's the advice there? I don't know. Use subliminals. I don't know. Use hypnotism techniques. I don't know if that's the advice. I certainly won't want to give that advice to anyone. So, also, it's a collective reading, guys. Remember all of that. Only take what resonates. The Empress's advice is to stand strong in your beauty and remember that you are the Empress, right? I feel like that's not great advice, but no, I mean, that is pretty good advice, though, right? Like, remember who you are. Don't forget you're the goddess, right? You're the goddess mother. Don't forget that. Maybe this divine masculine is actually acting like a little baby. So, I guess if you think about it like that, I don't know. Up to you guys what you do. Sorry about that. Hope it was helpful in some way. Continue to, try and think positive, though, and pray. Obviously, that always helps. So, yep, Seven of Wands. Your hair is so beautiful reverse, so you don't have beautiful hair. That's mean. Yeah, there's some insecurities here. Seven of Wands. Like, people don't compliment this feminine energy, it feels like. And so she has like walls up. Because what's good boundaries is starting to feel like walls, right? Because the Empress has good boundaries, that's your advice, so, but then it's like a clarifier here, and now it's starting to feel like walls, or I don't think she attacks, but I do think that there's a lot of walls because of needing to protect, because, maybe people are saying not nice things even. And then we have the Four of Wands. Again, it's a twin flame connection. We got the High Priestess. That's pretty badass. Like, there's something here that the masculine is aware of with the High Priestess there on that energy too. There's a lot of like major arcana. It does feel like there's a lot of blessings involved, but a lot of money may be involved also. Just take it as it resonates, guys, okay? I don't know if there's a baby that question kept coming up, and then it's like there's a horse and there's a baby horse, and there's, you know, obviously the baby from the movie. So, but then it's like, oh, and there's, see, the baby unicorn. So it feels like there's a baby, but not for all of you. Okay. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. All right, thank you, Jaquisha. I don't think if I can stay any longer. Let me see. Yeah. How many do I have left? Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. No, I'll have to do them later. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day. Thank you, Jaquisha. Oh, it sucks so bad. There's only like 2 people in here. I hope the readings don't go wasted, but I don't know. I'll try and tag it. Well, all right. Have a good day. Okay. Bye. Wait, Jaquisha, did you have a question? Sorry, I said I will pull for you. If you're wanting anything personal, I don't know if you're actually. I don't know if you're at work. And like, I don't know if you're hearing what I said. There you are. You are. Yeah, I can. If you have like a question, I can pull forward, or I can just get you an oracle or whatever you want. And I appreciate you, you know, monitoring and kicking people out and all that stuff. You want an oracle? Okay. Let's see. All right. For twin flame or just for anything? Hi, Norma. How are you? Thank you for joining. I'm just getting ready to leave, though. But you can definitely go back if you're interested in the twin flame readings. These were like really like informative, though. I feel like if you are serious about your twin flame journey, yeah, they're like divine and introspective and all that. All right, so Jaquisha wants a twin flame connection card. Break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Make a decision. So, yeah. Okay, so they told me to get 2 cards. I don't like the message either. I'm sorry. But because they said to get 2, I think it's like you have to choose. Like if you feel like you're half foot in, half foot out. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Like half your body is in one room, half of your body is in the other room, and it's like we can't close this door because you're standing there, right? So it's like you have to choose. Like, can you go full on into this and brainstorm what it is that would need to be done for things to change? And if not, then can you break free? So you can close the door and move to a new avenue or new venue, new connection, new person, right? But always, you know, if this is your twin, which it is, right? Then think positive first. Like use that positive thinking first, okay? Especially if you resonated with Capricorn, okay? That one's for Jaquisha, Norma. It was personal for Jaquisha, but you did pop in at that time. So if it resonated, you know, sometimes it does happen like that. Yeah, divine timing wants you to make a decision. You're welcome, Jaquisha. It's hard. It's so hard when you're the one in the connection too, because you know, I feel like hindsight's 2020, but like during the middle of it, it's like the emotions and everything. So all right, guys, if anybody wants a personal reading, you can reach out to me by email, silverempress333@gmail.com. I take Cash App, or I also have PayPal. And then if you're paying with PayPal, you can use my KOFI link. You can also use a card on the KOFI link, I believe. Yeah, you can. And that should be in the description box of all the videos or on my posts. And there's also memberships on KOFI that you might be interested in, so check them out. All right, have a great day. Oh, more people show up now. What? I take the cards away and people are coming in? That's the irony. Should I do one more? Okay, let's do Scorpio. No. I think I gotta go. Should I do Scorpio? Guys, let me know. Should I do a Scorpio? I don't know. I hate to leave when people actually come in, but I actually do need to go. We got 10 of Cups here. So I think I gotta go. All right. And hold on. All right. I think I'm gonna head out. All right, guys. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do one after all. I'm so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna do let's do Aquarius. How about that? Did we do Scorpio already? Ew, I just don't want to do another reading. I'm gonna go. Okay. All right. Bye.